This podcast was produced on the land of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation.
Welcome to Australia. Aussie. This is kind of tragic.
Someone who is such a connoisseur of reality television.
The content is hideous.
So sorry about this. Oh my God.
This is The Cringe is Real, a reality TV recap podcast that probes the notion of the Australian culture cringe. I'm Sam Crimean, and whilst there may be an Ozempic shortage, I can confirm that Sydney is still full of skinny bitches. Once again, I'm here for your recapping pleasure to talk shit about the Real Housewives of Sydney, which drops each Tuesday on Binge. My guest this week is the handsome and talented screenwriter and comedian, Jayden Masciulli. Jayden's recent writing credits include ABC's Summer Love and The Investigators, and he's currently writing on the new instalment of the Aussie soap classic Neighbours. You'll also catch him being wickedly quick and funny in countless improv acts and shooting hoops with me in the Queer Basketball League. Jayden Masciulli.
Hello.
Welcome to The Cringe is Real.
Oh my God, thank you for having me.
What's got you cringing this week?
What's got me cringing? This is like not really pop culture-y, but I am getting sick of photos of groups of friends sitting around a table at a restaurant.
I already hate it. You haven't finished. I already hate it. You said photos and groups of friends, and I'm already like, yeah,
that's enough.
I agree.
I'm talking specifically ones that are around like a table at a restaurant.
Yeah.
And it's like very clear, like the waiter has been subbed in to like take the photo.
So my feed has a lot of large groups of white gay men that seem to do this every week. To the point where I'm like, we get it, guys.
We know you
went out for dinner.
You went out for dinner. But there's just something about the way they're all sitting there, like they can't really stretch their arms out. The angle's weird, so they're all just kind of sitting individually, hands between their legs. There might be food on the table, there might not be. I'm like, come on, just change the angle. Get out from the booth, please.
So how's life on Ramsay Street?
How's life on Ramsay Street? It's pretty fun. Pretty fun. I've been working in the script department. It's delightful. It's exactly as you imagine the writing team to be, which is just like, oh yeah, we'll just fucking do whatever we want.
Amazing. Can we expect another Housewives Neighbours crossover? I know Gina Liano had a little cameo moment for a while. Can we expect a return?
Well, I mean, it depends, I guess. How well it goes.
Is there anyone from this cast that you would want on Neighbours?
Oh, that's a great question. I would love to see Chrissy on.
Yeah, Chrissy would be my pick too.
Blend
she would
in.
Fuck shit up.
She would fuck shit up.
Yeah.
I imagine her staying at Lassiter's, causing havoc.
No, do you know what she'd do? She'd walk in and she'd immediately start accusing people of trying to tongue pash her. She'd be like, Toadie, mate, you're trying to tongue pash me. I've just walked in to this establishment. Everyone's trying to tongue pash me. What's going on?
I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, exactly. I know you're into Australian Survivor.
Oh, yeah.
Which I am as well. Are you excited for
Titans versus Rebels? Of course I'm excited. I'm pumped.
I'm pissed because
why?
I want to be on the... I'm like Rebels, like... Perfect. I'm like, why the fuck
absolutely.
am I not on this season?
Yeah, who didn't cast me? I mean, I guess I'm just waiting for like a fans versus favourite season because I feel like that's the only way
I feel like you and I would be perfect
exactly.
for that. The producers would see us and they'd be like...
Or if they do, nerds. Gays versus straights or something. Which, I don't know.
I would not put that past
Exactly.
JLP. Because JLP's whole thing is how much he loves to queerbait.
So
I
absolutely.
feel like that would provide perfect fodder.
Imagine. Yeah. I think if anyone from Channel 10's listening,
Gays
please, we've got
straight,
a pitch.
it's not problematic.
It's not
actually,
at all.
It's totally fine.
It's great.
Let's get into this week's episode of Real Housewives of Sydney. So this week we have burning ham on a boat. We have giving a fake speech to an onion friend. And, my favourite part, a unicorn falling off the back of a truck.
I will say, I'm very glad I was given this
You
episode.
got a good one. Yeah.
I got a great one to recap.
I mean, it's all been pretty good so far.
It's been great.
Who are your
I've been enjoying. I really like Terry, I think, which is maybe a boring answer, but I think I'm fascinated by her accent. Or her voice. I don't really know. what it is.
Viviano. Yeah, I'm still working on it. Maybe by the end of this episode, we'll try a few different ones.
We've
I think she's a good pick. At the first episode, I was a bit like, who's she? I guess because I don't know anything about NRL. I was like, I don't know who you are. But yeah, she's so good. And the preview for next week.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah. She looks like she's going to be the one to finally really go there with the drama. So
I think they're going to push into a new terrain. So I'm very happy. But yeah, I'm enjoying her. I'm enjoying Caroline as well, but for like very different reasons. Yeah. I'm just kind of like, you have just been plonked here from Byron Bay or wherever.
Yeah, from Burning Man.
From Burning Man.
I need to apologise to Caroline.
Is it Caroline or Carolyn?
I've been saying Caroline like an idiot this whole time.
But it is Caroline.
It is Caroline.
Oh.
I don't know why.
That doesn't feel like it should be her name.
Potato. But yeah. You're right. She seems too extra and too fabulous to be a Caroline.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't believe.
So we get the previously on. They remind us about Caroline saying she wants to do Kate's 40th and that we should expect the unexpected. We get Chrissy making the lesbian joke at the dinner party. They very cleverly cut that together again where it's like, looks like Chrissy's just walking around calling people lesbians, but I still maintain that I don't think that's exactly what she did. No. And then we get Caroline being a train wreck at the dinner party, making all kinds of comments about working mothers and the diversity of the modelling industry. What did you think of that?
It really took a turn. I really wasn't... I was like, this will be kind of tame. And then it really went into like a diversity territory that I was like, I don't know if we can... It's... Come on, what are we talking about here? But then I was like, I'm not surprised by Caroline for even bringing any of that up. The lesbian stuff... That was like not Chrissy's doing anyway, right? Or like it wasn't. Wasn't like Kate wasn't the target of that. There was another previous joke, and then she like added to the joke, and then they were like, "Oh my god, Kate's trying to crack onto me. She's trying to tongue bash me."
I feel like they haven't quite captured the like origin joke, and we're just getting this kind of like weird supercut of like very passive aggressive comments.
Yes,
which I'm like. It's fine, but I'm like, I want to see blatant, like, accusations.
Yeah,
anyway.
I'm like, I want to see the source of this.
Exactly. So we open with this kind of montage that they seem to be doing where we get, like, a 2-second clip of what everyone's doing.
Yeah.
My note to the editors is less is more. We don't need to see any of this. It includes Victoria... with her kids at home with their adorable chihuahua, whose name I believe is Darling. Mm-hmm. Love that. Kate with her PT on the beach. Fine. Terry and Sally catching up, and Caroline getting a massage.
Yeah. I believe this has... one of my favorite things about this is the kind of royalty-free music that they play over the top. And this one, the lyric was, "We're going to the outside." And then it was just all of them outside somewhere.
There's one coming up that I actually like learnt because it's so good. I didn't catch that one, so I'm glad you picked up on that one.
It was the first thing I heard.
Yeah, they found some royalty-free music with like lyrics. And it's very like Lux Listings vibe.
Yeah, and they're always kind of commenting on exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
In front of them, they find it.
Going to the outside. And then there they are. Then we get Chrissy shopping for a $1.5 million ring.
Yeah.
For her 22nd wedding anniversary. Do you buy it? Is she actually buying this ring?
No. That was like a proper like wedding ring, wasn't it? Like you don't get that for a $1.5 million. I mean, I know they're rich, but that's like crazy.
It's
for
pretty nuts.
22nd wedding anniversary. Yeah. I just feel like it was there.
I feel like if I was cast on a Housewives show, I would immediately just call every store and be like, "Hey, I've got a camera crew." It feels like it's like that's what's happened.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I'm just gonna walk in. If you want to just show me the most expensive thing, like remember Petit Fleur on, I can't remember whatever season it was of Melbourne, where she just took like a Bentley for a test drive. And I was like, you're not buying that car. Beautiful. Like, we all know.
We can all test drive a Bentley if we want.
Exactly.
We can all play the game.
Exactly. Then they cut it in with Victoria like shopping for a little dress. And we finally get some insight into her fashion sense because we've been talking about it. But she tells us that her mother taught her that dressing well is a good form of manners. So she's very into manners.
So is Botox?
Yeah, Botox is manners too. And then she says her favourite look is a mini skirt and she likes it short and tight.
Yeah, don't we all, hey?
I think her style, it gives me like toddler energy.
Yeah, very childish.
Rich toddler.
Yeah, absolutely.
But she looks
She also
hot.
said, I mean, she's beautiful. She also said something about being like always showing your skinniest part of your body or something. And she's like, and those just happen to be my legs. And I was like,
That's
okay.
right. And then she goes, I hope my daughter doesn't like end up having hideous legs because then she's out of the family. It's like, oh my God.
Okay.
It's like, did you learn nothing from the conversation last week about the modelling industry and how it's changing?
Yeah.
You can be pregnant now.
You can do whatever you want.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
So they keep jumping between these two shopping scenes for a little bit.
Yeah.
Then we get Caroline and Gigi, her daughter,
Gigi.
with their dog at Caroline's apartment, and her gay best friend Chris enters.
Chris. Surprise! That was like a jump scare. I was like, I was like, oh my God.
I couldn't tell if he was cute or not. Like he had quite a cute little smile.
Yeah.
But he also, it reminds me of just someone that you would just like take home at the end of a big night and then regret it a little bit the next day. The montage of photos between the two of them was way too real. Like, I don't know if they provided these photos or if the binge producers are like on their Facebook or something, but I think these two have done a lot of drugs together.
Oh, 100%. 100%. They go to Burning Man every year, and he's like, I guess we better take this year off because we're busy filming Real Housewives of Sydney. They have they have done a lot of shit together. 100%.
Oh my God. So back to Terry and Chrissy shopping for the ring. So Terry rocks up. They get some champs. Chrissy says, I've got sausage fingers. I've got big fat old sausage fingers. Don't mind me. And then Terry goes, oh, no. I've got wrinkly old lady hands. But they're very tiny. I've got very small hands and very tiny little feet. And then Chrissy goes, oh, lucky Minnie doesn't. Because, it's been 5 minutes and Chrissy hasn't talked about dick. Then Chrissy fails to eat a grape. And we move on to Nick and Vic shopping at the House of Cador. We get another slow-mo shot of Nicole entering. I'm living for these slow-mo shots of everyone entering. Nicole says Victoria is someone that you love to hate. And then Nicole says she's got beef with Chrissy over the social media comments about her children at the dinner. What do you think? Like, if you had kids, would you send them out into the world of TikTok and stuff at 13? Or
I understand where she's coming from. Like, you absolutely want to limit that, but at the same time, I'm like, if waiting till you're a complete ban till 18, I was like, it seems excessive. I feel like from maybe 16 is the right age, but also, I mean, I don't have kids, so I don't know. I
don't want to see kids on social media. So
yeah, exactly.
I'm happy for parents to ban them.
Yeah, totally.
But there's fucking kids making shitloads of money off it.
Exactly.
Out there.
Yeah.
What do you think of Nicole?
Bit of a snooze. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't really care.
No, fair.
Don't really care for her. I think they really set the tone of her with the laundry at the start.
Yeah, if that's your introduction to the season.
Okay.
You're
going to be hard to win me over.
The sending your kids off to school storyline has just been done to fucking death on Housewives. So I'm kind of just like, we get it.
We get it.
You're sad. Your gorgeous kids are leaving. Who's going to pay for their fencing classes?
Who's good?
We'll figure it out. Then we go back to Chrissy and Terry. And this is where Chrissy is really trying so hard for Terry to have a bitch with her about Kate. And she starts by calling Kate, "Oh, what did you think of Moaning Lisa?"
Immediately gets the name wrong.
Moaning Lisa. That
And you can tell Terry's just like, what are you talking about? What?
I fucking love Chrissy. She's just on another planet. Her metaphor, she mixes a lot of metaphors, as we see later on in the episode, but starts with Moaning Lisa. Then we get Debbie Downer. I just hope she doesn't turn out to be, Debbie Downer. And Terry's face is just like, nope. She's like,
I'm
good.
I'm okay.
Call me Switzerland. I'm not jumping on this bandwagon. And I fucking love Chrissy because she just keeps going. I feel like I'm always Chrissy in this scenario. Like I always try and have a bitch with someone, whether or not I'm comfortable that they are actually on my side.
Board.
And then when I realize that they don't want to get into it, I'm like, fuck,
no.
I'll just keep going. So I love that she just keeps going.
I do wonder if this is a case of like the producers behind the camera being like, "Come on, Terry, like we need you right now. Like take the bait."
Yes.
Because he's like, moaning Lisa.
Well, she does say to the camera that she doesn't like getting involved in things that she doesn't need to be involved in, and she doesn't sweat the small stuff. So I'm like, fucking good on you, Terry.
Good on for holding the ground.
And we can see from next week that she can be pushed. So that's good. Maybe
I'd say.
If she's involved with the drama, we'll get drama. But, then Terry tries to sway Chrissy. She says, Kate will warm to you. Give her a bit of a chance, blah, 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 blah. How do you feel about Kate?
Kate? Ooh, a tough one. The other thing, the first episode when you watch the taglines and her like animal tagline comes out of fucking nowhere. Yeah. That made me laugh the hardest in this whole season. Yeah. But I don't really care for her.
What's her tagline? She's not a
She's
pussycat.
Yeah, I may love animals, but I'm not a pussycat. Like, But there's been no mention of her being a vet yet. So that's the
now
first
that
thing.
I've seen that she gets accused of being lesbian, how much better would a tagline be? Like, I'm maybe into pussy, but just the animal kind. Ha! Like that would have been.
Oh yeah.
Star.
Now we know her. It's where we're heading.
Because that's my problem with the taglines of this season. None of them seem to have anything to do with the drama that unfolds. They're just about them.
Yeah,
I like it when it's like really petty.
Yeah, when it's like specific, or it's like a little like foreshadowing of like what's to come.
Or plugging a brand. They also do. Speaking of which, then we get to actually no. Sorry, scratch that. Still a little while to go. Damn. Beautiful segue. Absolutely failed. No, then we go back to Caroline's house and Chris is cooking. Because Caroline says she doesn't like to cook. We get more Burning Man imagery. She says she likes it because it's Armageddon inspired lingerie. And they've got the best stories together.
She said she was breastfeeding Gigi, and then Chris knocks on the door and is like, "I've been invited to a party. Mick Jagger's there." And she went to her husband, "You're taking Gigi." So they go to this party, and then they like are singing a song with Mick Jagger. Also, and I was like, well, if you're a Burning Man Byron Bay goer, I was like, how did you end up at a party with Mick Jagger? I was like, there's a lot of history to Caroline that I feel like they're not letting on.
Yeah.
And probably can't let on too much.
For legal reasons. Then we get my favourite royalty-free music of the episode. You ain't seen nothing yet. The stage is set. You might want to stay to the end. What?
Might want to stay to the end of what? This episode?
Yeah, I felt like it was a direct instruction from Binge.
It's like
for
we
us
need
to
something
say
to
to the
keep
end. They're like, it does get better, this episode.
Don't worry, we're going to get on a boat soon. It's fine. What was that over the top of?
It was like it was like gay dance piano music.
Oh yeah, but what were we seeing?
Just shots of
It
Sydney
was just
Harbour.
shots of Sydney.
I don't know.
Okay.
It was Sally and Kate rocking up at lunch at Circular Quay.
Great. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we get that. Oh, then we get, so they're rocking up, they're chatting. I'm struggling with Sally. She's getting better. She's getting better this episode. Yeah. The first 2 hours, like, oh my God, they've not cast a good one here.
Yeah.
But I like that she's confronting some stuff. She's getting involved in the drams. Sally tells us that Kate has good morals and good manners. And Kate tells Sally that she's very different from Nicole, but she knows that she's a good egg.
Yeah.
So there's kind of like, they're not mates, but
they
get each other kind of thing.
They understand, yeah.
Then we get another royalty-free song that goes, tell all your friends I'm a boss lady. I'm a boss lady around the globe. Tell all your friends that I'm a boss lady. A boss lady, don't you know? Bang, bang into my heart. It's like highly,
They, what is it? Tell your friends I'm a boss lady. Send out an email. Let them know I'm traveling around the world. I'm going around.
Yeah.
I'm in charge. I do want to see. I need a documentary about who's making those, like royalty, because there's so many. Like in every show,
from somewhere.
Someone's
I don't know.
going to be making them.
If there's a portal that I can upload some songs to, I'll just get working on the whole album now. Like just like a Housewives B-roll.
Oh, perfect
album. Great, just bash
the most
out
generic lyrics you could think of.
I reckon there's some good coin in that. Anyway, then we cut to Caroline and Nicole catching up on the beach with their doggos. Caroline says, thanks for the Lebanese food. Lebanese food is the best.
Yeah.
It's number one.
It's of all the cuisines.
Of all the cuisines,
best.
it's supreme. Nicole tells us she thinks Caroline is a sexy vixen, which I was a bit like, hold on. Like, we're just getting off the porn star comment. Maybe let's just dial back over sexualizing Caroline because she's got fake tits for like 5 minutes. Yeah. But they've got a lot in common because they're both immigrants. Caroline tells Nicole that she's more fun than she had assumed, which I thought was quite funny. And then Nicole's kind of like, oh,
thanks.
Okay. And then she goes, well, yeah, and you're not even stuck up at all. You're not stuck up one bit. And I was kind of like, oh.
It's funny because I feel like that would be like, you could spin a drama out of that. And I feel like we're just like glossing right over it. I was like, you could turn this into an episode if you really wanted, more so than the porn star stuff, which felt very shoehorned in.
It was kind of like they were just, I mean, it was nice. They were opening up to each other about their first impressions and their like misjudged assumptions or whatever.
Yes, yeah.
But it did still seem a bit backhanded.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
They both agree that Caroline gets judged all the time. I'm like, yes, including by you, Nicole. And then Caroline, in the reverse, also admits that she misjudged Nicole, thinking that she was a cupcaking Stepford wife. I was like, do you mean cupcake making? I think cupcaking is something else.
It's a very different thing. Again, Caroline was just me then trying to remember the end of that Mick Jagger story. She was like clawing her way to the end and she was like, cupcaking.
Yeah, she's like, she's
Stepford wife.
Cupcaking. She's
But she got there in the end.
Exactly. But every Housewives cast has the one that's like, I'm not a housewife, I'm fun.
Yeah, okay.
And I guess it's Caroline.
That's her.
Then we jump back to Kate and Sally at lunch. They're discussing the festival theme. And Sally's clutching her pearls already. And she's like, oh. I mean, this theme, I don't know about you, but this theme's really going to push my boundaries. Because I'm not a festival person. It's like, we can see that.
Yeah, I think most... Safe to admit, most of this cast are not festival people.
No.
Which is crazy. You just agreed. You were like, all right, I guess if you say... I was going to go 80s, but you said festival themed. All right, let's do that.
I do love that Caroline's just like, I'll throw you a party, but it's going to be completely on my terms. I'm picking the theme. Like, boss.
That's the boss lady of the digital song.
And then Sally pivots to the working mother's comment, which she was really offended by. So I kind of like this episode. We've got like lots of different little catch-ups. Yep. They're all discussing the same events.
Yes.
Kate thinks that she just didn't get her point across very well and that she wasn't trying to throw shade at parents when she was talking about her own experience with her mum. But Kate acknowledges that Sally did take it personally and that she's kind of right to be a bit offended.
Yeah.
Which is cute. Okay, then we get Chrissy doing the glam photo shoot for her cookbook. Which was great. And the camera people are there and they're all like, oh, you look like Nigella. Oh, no, better. You look better than Nigella. And I'm thinking, I think she looks not as good as Lydia Schiavello, but, you know.
I love that the shot as well of just like flicking through. It's like, come, let me show you like what my cookbook is, and just like shots of this.
Well, I was confused because it was like they're shooting the cover or something, but then the book was there, but...
I was like, isn't that... But she's holding the plate.
Maybe it was a mock-up.
Yeah, it could be.
Could
be. I also loved because she's like, oh, we'll just let's go like talk out the back or whatever, and then the poor like person working the lights is just like kind of awkwardly like adjusting the shade. She's like, and I was like, okay, I guess we're all taking a break now.
Yeah, no,
fuck us.
like because Nicole rocks up and goes, oh well, I've got a bone to pick with you, and then she's like, oh, we can't do it in here, not in front of my professional crew. This is a workplace, Nicole. We're not gonna have an argument in here.
Absolutely not.
In front of Cheryl from lighting and makeup.
And this intern who's
one person
doing this for experience? Absolutely not.
Also, she says the book's for charity, but then she reveals that the charity's Ronald McDonald House.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, do you think there's going to be like a filet fish recipe in there, or like a sweet and sour sauce? Like, do you think there's going to be some...
I did not connect that at all. It's so good.
I was waiting for the filet fish. But no, she makes a very delicious looking bowl of mussels.
Yep. Yeah.
And
it was steaming. I was like very impressed by that.
I was salivating.
They got the shot.
I love it. Juicy bowl of mussels with a bit of crusty bread. Yum, yum. Then, so they go outside by the pool to be away from Cheryl. And Cheryl's listening in, like, what are they talking about?
Yeah.
If I'm going to be doing photography for this woman on her book, I need to know.
I didn't know if this is above board.
What they're discussing. And I mean, there's nothing really to see here, is there? Because
No.
they're old mates. They're like sisters.
Yeah.
And they resolve it straight away.
So quickly. They're like, whatever.
I was like, really?
Yeah.
Can't one of you just like hold on to it a little bit longer?
Yeah. It's like, it's completely done
It was
now.
really dissatisfying.
Yeah.
It was like a semi, but didn't quite,
I know.
get full hard. Then though, Chrissy very cleverly gets the heat off her back over the social media comments about the kids by going, just piling on Kate, which is another great tactic. I love this. I honestly feel like I'm just watching myself with Chrissy because she's a messy bitch.
Oh yeah,
and from one messy bitch to another, I'm like, Chrissy, I see you. This is you got to do what you got to do. You got to throw people under the bus, and she's just going all in on Kate, who she later refers to as an onion.
It was funny the first time. The 51 other times it was mentioned, I was like, all right, we get it.
We need to discuss though. So I thought that metaphor meant that there's more to someone.
Yeah.
Right? Like peeling back the layers and then, there's something in them. But she seems to think it just means they're boring.
More the same. The onion line is from Shrek.
Oh, is it actually?
Like, it's like, ogres have layers. Oh, God, that's not Scottish.
Oh, yeah, duh.
Onions have layers, ogres have layers. And it's like, it's peeling back the onion. You're revealing more and more. There's
thank you, because I thought I was going crazy. Like,
no,
Chrissy was like gaslighting
same.
me from my couch into thinking that calling someone an onion means they're just straight up boring. I'm like, no bitch. It means that they're interesting somewhere. You just have to like get to know them.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of facets to them.
Exactly. So it just like
there's more of the same.
But I love that she was actually trying to be quite cutting.
Yeah. I was like, she's got to go to metaphor school. I think exactly. She's all over the shop.
Then we go to the costume shop. Caroline invites Kate to look for, fabulous festival outfits. Yep. And this is where she shares with us that she loves a good party because she used to throw a lot of kids' parties, except for one tragic day in Byron Bay when they dressed a pony up as a unicorn and it fell off the back of the truck and died. I had to pause the show and scream into a pillow.
That was an incredible. And then she also added to be like, and it was dead and dressed in a unicorn's outfit. Absolutely nuts.
So wild.
A wild, perfect little extra bit of information.
Little info. She probably thought they were just going to cut that out. Then Kate comes in and, she's a vet. She's a, animal warrior. She's looking for some ethically sourced feathers. And then right after the horse story, Caroline claims that, oh, no, all feathers are ethically sourced. They just scrape them off the sides of the freeway. And I just got this great mental image of like people just waiting for like roadkill to happen, of like a peacock to just get like struck by a car to then start plucking out their feathers. Then we get to the boat party. Finally. The moment we've all been friggin' waiting.
No, it's not a boat party. It's a Burning Man.
Oh, sorry. It's Burning Man. There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on.
When they said it was going to be on a boat, I was picturing more of like a luxury yacht situation. This was one of those like party boats.
It was a booze cruise.
Like I've been on one of these. So I was kind of like, oh.
When I saw the previews of it, and I was like, oh, it's like a big party. There's lots of people there. And then I was like, oh, they're just like, it's like a booze cruise. Like people just pay to be on there, and they've got like a reserve little section by the looks of it. And I was like, this actually is pretty dog shit.
It was a cruise ship, and they've just cautioned off like one tiny area. So Caroline gets there first, and she reveals her outfit. What did you think? Disco ball,
incredible. Definitely top of the costume pile.
Yeah,
stunning.
And I mean, she knew she was going to be. She looked great.
Oh yeah.
The rest of the girls just kind of looked like, compared to her, like they were just
Sally and Sweetie.
Yeah.
It was not even close to a festival.
Yeah, like sheer fabric.
Yeah.
Not that exciting.
No, just because there's like a tiny bit of glitter in it.
You could wear that to the office.
Yeah, honestly. Even like Nicole's like latex dress thing.
I quite like for Nicole because she's so conservative. Yeah, I thought that was kind of like a good way to do it. Like it was a bit mistress, a bit kinky. Not really the theme, but of course these women just go, oh, festival. Oh, so we've got to dress like sluts somehow. Yeah. But then they didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then there's a really hot bartender that's in it for like 2 seconds.
Birmingham.
Not him.
Not him.
The other one.
Oh, the first one.
Birmingham was not it.
He was not it at all.
He needs to leave that Sydney shit at the door. And by Sydney shit, I mean roids and G.
Oh, yeah.
But,
Birmingham.
No, the other one. The one that had his top
actually,
on.
I did. Yeah.
They should have
did
switched
clock
them
that
out.
at the start. Yeah.
If I was there, I would have been like, nope.
The one who's like, we're just going to need like drinks going.
Yeah.
All night. It's like, you're on a booze
the
cruise.
Manager.
That's the point.
So they'll rock up in the looks. Victoria's in a custom look, which I thought was very Kate Miller Hyde Key meets toddler, because she's always got to look like a little toddler.
Yeah.
And then Kate rocks up last in big pink sequins and a big black belt and jewels stuck to her face.
Yeah.
She looked like she was having fun.
I think she was having fun, but they really set it up to be like, here comes Kate, completely out of her comfort zone, looking hot, and then I was like, oh, she's just wearing.
If I was Kate, I would have trolled and I would have just come dressed as like a Bunnings staff member. Just to like further the rumours.
Or just come in a 80s theme. I'd be like, this is the party I want.
Yeah. To be honest, she could have been at pretty much any theme party.
Yeah,
it didn't scream festival.
No.
There were some wings. Chrissy had wings. Terry had wings. I thought they were cute.
The wings were good. They were a nice touch.
Then we get Birmingham.
I
just wanted to push him off that boat.
Oh, I know.
So bad. We needed Victoria Reese there from last season to just push him off. Also, what was his accent? It was not a Birmingham accent. It was like zombie.
I don't know. Yeah, it was very convoluted. So I was on the side of Caroline where I was like, I don't know what you're saying right now. It's like, thank you for asking this question.
Yeah, I feel like they just walked into a gym in
Yeah.
Sydney and were like, you
That'll do.
want to be on screen? And he was like, absolutely. This is finally my moment. Birmingham. Then
Glad you got a line.
Victoria goes, uh-oh, Caroline's getting in trouble, because Sally pulls Caroline away to sort of confront her about some of the comments.
Yeah.
And again,
Not really.
nothing to see here.
No.
They
no.
maturely discuss it.
Yeah. No.
They open up and they share their insecurities, and they hug it out.
Yeah.
What
and then
the
it's
fuck,
over.
Binge? What are you doing?
We got it.
Where did you find these emotionally intelligent women?
I think it's because I'm like, I feel like you do need like one in there to be like, you know. But I'm like, I feel like they have multiple in there that are doing that at the moment.
It just
and it's like,
yeah.
you need like only one to kind of be the anchor. But instead, you've probably got like three of them who are maybe like the central force. So I'm like, you need to kind of.
Oh, thank God for Chrissy. We need
Thank God
Chrissy
we
there.
need Chrissy.
She's carrying the season at this point. Because she just says
absolutely.
wild things. But do you know what? It is good though, because it is just the start.
Yeah,
And it
maybe
could
we're
these could
building.
just be little band-aids.
Yes.
You know, they're being all nice. They're conscious they're on camera for the
Yes.
first time, a lot of them.
Yeah.
So I think they're just being nice, and I'm hoping that it just is all gonna.
Yeah, maybe
erupt
it'll
at some
build
point.
and it'll go. I mean, the trailer looked promising. I was like, I think we're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
We're moving.
I
We're
think
moving along.
It really is the biggest difference between the American shows and the Australian ones, I think, is that like they just move on so quickly. Like they're like, oh yeah, sorry I called you a cunt. Oh yeah, no worries. It's like very that. Whereas like there's drama going on like, you know, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills that's like it gets to the point where like someone has to leave the show because they just like
they're pushing
will
it.
not continue.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
Feels like-
I'm glad they kissed and made up. I thought it was actually quite nice. Caroline got to explain herself because she did really put her foot in it at the dinner party.
Yeah, definitely. I think, it's like I think they're trying to make them like relatable, I guess. It's like very early, so it's like you are trying to connect with them, I guess. If anyone's too brash, they know I think Australians will not tolerate certain
I
stuff,
will.
even though that's the
I'll-
fucking premise of the show. So whether they're like just being nice about it. The funny at the end of this when they were just like, we had the most amazing night. And I was like, did you though? Like, did any
Well,
of you
this
have the
is where it
most
gets
amazing
good.
night?
So then Betty Blackheart arrives.
I
I'll
was
just-
shocked. I was shocked it was not a man with a saxophone. I'll say that.
I know. I was like 3 for 3, 3 for
It's like,
3.
we got- it's-
Come on.
If he's ever going to come out,
Here
it's going
he
to
is
be on a boat, on a booze cruise.
No, but so they're having a little goss. The girls. Terry brings up the moaning Lisa comment, which I thought was good. So Terry's sort of a little bit outing Chrissy here for saying some dumb shit. I did like Terry as well. Had a bit to camera where she goes, maybe I'll take the girls on a girls trip to Switzerland. I'm like, okay. You all could afford it, so I look forward to seeing that. Then Chrissy really starts to double down on the onion thing. She's like, well, if she's an onion, I'm not interested.
Yeah.
I don't like boring people. I don't like onions. I don't want them anywhere near me. Then Betty Blackheart arrives and goes, g'day. Heard you ladies wanted a 6-foot cross-dresser at your party. So I rocked up. And the saxophone guy was unavailable. And Chrissy does, of course, what any drag queen would do to another drag queen. Grabs the microphone, swipes it off Betty straight away.
Immediately.
And Caroline knows the etiquette here, and she's pissed. So I did give Caroline props here because it is very like, you know, it was very hen's party energy.
Yes,
like
definitely.
we booked a drag queen, but then we're going to like
we're gonna
talk over it.
Yeah, run this night. It was, I did feel bad for Betty in that moment because it was like, oh, I could tell.
Just that moment.
Yeah, just that moment. I hadn't got to the rest of it yet.
Well, Betty, if you're listening, the applications are open for Drag Race Down Under season 4. I just saw today, which I heard is still being filmed in New Zealand.
It's still, they're just not, they're really not coming back, are they?
No.
So I
don't know what's going on there, but...
Well, good luck with the audition.
Good luck with your audition. She can put this in a showreel now. She'll be
yeah.
like, I've performed with Chrissy fucking Marsh. Like,
100%.
Yeah, so Chewbacca's got balls. She took the mic. Then she gives her two-faced speech, which was everything. So minutes after calling Kate an onion, she goes, oh, look, Kate, it's your 40th birthday. I'm a bit older than 40, just a few years, but enough to know better than you, because I'm older than you, and it's your party, but I've got the microphone. But everybody, thank you so much for being here at my part. Like, it was like, oh my God. And then she starts calling her an unbelievable statuesque woman.
She's a crazy, you wouldn't call that anyone.
Even if you did like her. It's like, oh, Jayden, thanks for being here. You're an incredible statuesque person. And then it cuts to Sally going, whoa, whoa, whoa. You just called, she's your onion friend. Now she's a beautiful statuesque woman.
What is
Which
this?
one is it? Can't be both. Then Betty grabs the mic and goes, I'm actually 30. It's like everyone just starts disclosing their age to the group. And just keeps, she also just keeps reminding us of her name, which I was like, clever girl.
Yep.
Use the screen time.
Just make it cut, but I'm Betty Blackheart.
Yeah. Then Victoria laughs to Chrissy afterwards about the hypocrisy of it all. And Chrissy's like, so then Chrissy comes clean to Kate about the onion comment. Dun, 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 dun. And Kate's kind of like, all right.
Cool.
Well, I mean, last week it was lesbian, so onion I can handle.
Onion I can handle, because in my head that's a compliment, I think.
Yeah, I think we all finished this episode quite confused.
Yeah. Kate did say, right? She was like, I thought it was a compliment. And then she's like, oh, she meant it as an insult.
Yeah.
But then we're still like out of confessional. She was like, okay, cool.
I would just assume anything Chrissy said to me was meant to be an insult.
Yeah.
I would just think that it was all stunning.
Yeah. And Chrissy is straight up lying as well. Like or doesn't realize she's lying.
Well, she's got it out. Then when they go, oh, it can be a good thing. Peeling back the layers. She should have been like, yeah. That's totally what I meant. Didn't even mean to call you boring and brown.
I love Shrek.
And, yeah. So good. But then we get my favorite. I think this is the best call of the episode at the end, or close to, where they're going back to the lesbian accusations, and Caroline goes, "Well, you do have a cat." Like every woman that owns a cat is therefore a lesbian. I'm like, for someone that's like supposedly got this open mind, these broad horizons from Burning Man, she seems very like into the stereotyping.
She can be very narrow-minded. That also came at like, oh, we've resolved this, and then she says the cat thing like right at the end, and I was like, is it?
Oh, editing's a mess. I can't tell where we're at with the comments and the drama. Like, I'm like, are they still mad about this? Are they not? I think it's finding its feet.
Yeah.
But next week
look juicy.
Kate's taking them to, what was it called? Killcare?
I don't know. I was like, my Sydney knowledge is
it's somewhere on the Central Coast. I love that Caroline doesn't pay attention and thinks that they're going to a farm, so she's already like whinging about it, and they're like, babe, it's like a villa.
It's like, better than like where you live. Like, don't worry.
There's gonna be a neon sign. So next week it looks good.
Yeah.
It looks like Chrissy doesn't go on the girls' trip though.
They've held it back. I reckon she'll come later. And be I was busy.
You
And
reckon?
they just haven't shown the footage. That's what in my head.
It's
I was like,
gonna
there's
be
no
like
way they're going to leave one out.
I don't know. Sometimes it's a bit of a flex on these shows to not go
okay.
to the girls' trip.
Oh, okay.
Because it's like,
Interesting.
I'm kind of
Yeah.
mad or whatever.
Mm.
Yeah.
No, I reckon she's going to swing in late.
Yeah,
And make it a
true.
real
And just
fucking
cause
mess.
absolute chaos.
Yeah, and
I
they'll be
hope
like, we were
so.
actually having a good time without her. And then she'll be like,
We,
okay.
we need her. I'm nervous for an episode without Chrissy because I don't want that.
I don't want that.
She's
I can't
carrying
afford-
you guys. What are your hopes and predictions for the rest of the season?
Oh my god. I honestly, I don't know. I thought that far ahead. I was too busy focusing on remembering all their names.
Yeah,
I was
look,
like, I don't know.
it's
where we're
tough.
heading. I can't picture Kate being on this show and then for another season.
You think so?
I think she'd be one and done.
She seems to be like enjoying it on social media. So,
okay.
which I wasn't expecting
Maybe. Okay.
from
I haven't
how she's
traced
portrayed
that.
on the show.
Yeah.
She seems to be like getting into it, and she seems like a good sport.
Yeah.
So maybe
okay.
she will stay.
Maybe.
I have no idea if they're planning on continuing this or like, it might, see how we go.
Yeah.
It's like, did you watch season 1?
No, I didn't even realize it was
do
a season
yourself
one
a
until
favour,
I've heard it's chaos.
It's just like nothing you've ever seen before.
Okay.
Pure, unadulterated chaos. Like Chrissy's one of the quiet ones on that season.
Okay.
So yeah,
There you go.
there we are. Jayden, thanks for joining me.
Oh my god, thank you for having me.
Thanks for tearing apart these fabulous women with me. Is there anything you want to plug before you go?
Oh,
You've always got something going
always got
on.
something to plug.
Yeah.
You can follow me on
Yeah.
Instagram at Masciulli. Keep an eye out for a show called Mr. Act at Midsummer and Comedy Festival next year.
As in
some sketch comedy.
Play on Sister Act.
As this is in a play on Sister Act.
But
yes.
all men?
But we're all men.
Ah!
But yeah, that's it. Keep an eye out for that next year.
Amazing. Thanks so much for coming.
Thank you,
See you next
Sam.
time.
Bye.
Well, wasn't that a cute giggle fest? It was so great to have Jayden here talking about the Housewives. I'm going to be back next week. Who will I have with me next week? You'll have to come back and find out. In the meantime, give me some stars. Send me a dick pic. Make yourself a skinny bitch because you deserve it. And I'll see you next week. Bye.